Hello everybody, welcome back to another Saturday Skin Showcase. I'm your host Hedge, along with my rather dapper looking co-host Mr. MICRØ over there. Hello Mr. MICRØ. We have a few groups of skins to look at today which we'll review from both a gameplay and a Steam market investment point of view. First, we'll take a look at this week's Rust item store rotation, and we'll follow that up with a look at any workshop submissions from the week which could be viewed as continuations of existing sets. We hope that this information will properly prepare us to make informed investment decisions about both upcoming and already existing Steam market items. If you, personally, have any insights of your own that you'd like to share with us, and of course the chat, please feel free to contribute to the discussion via Twitch chat. We stream this every Saturday at 9 PM in the UK, so UK time, so feel free to hop in. The link is always in the YouTube descriptions. Just click it, be here on time, and, you know, as we show off skins, feel free to ask questions, feel free to offer your own opinions. There are other people here that you can discuss with as well. And of course, we also have in the links in the descriptions, we also have the link to the Discord, my investment Discord. People of any levels that are, you know, you could be a beginner that's only just got involved with Rust skin investing, or you could be very experienced. You're all welcome to hop in, say hello, and discuss with us the many things that keep coming in and out, and you get the idea. So, with that, Mr. MICRØ, I hope we're nice and ready, and shall we properly get started? There's just one thing that I wanted to address to everybody. The next Rust rotation will, of course, be the last Rust rotation of March. We would expect some silly skins. Ooh, what things might we see? But after that, we have Force Wipe April. That's going to be Easter skins. That is going to be Easter Force Wipe. But we actually have 2 weeks of Easter skins this year. So April 6th and April 13th are going to be Easter skins only. So just keep that in mind. And yeah, that's basically it. So, everybody, I hope you're all good. I hope you're all ready. Thank you for the claps, Mr. MICRØ. Shall we get prepared, and shall we start talking about the Double Armored Door? TGG has returned with a brand new, very nice to see, and I've been waiting for it. Another Double Armored Door has finally graced us. Yes, chat, get a good look. Quite literally, get a good look. Can you see? Can you see that this actually has a very notable advantage? Gentlemen, this is a double armored door that has see-through hatches. Gentlemen, get a good look at this. Yeah, we can see MICRØ. Hello, MICRØ. Haven't seen you in a while. Looking very nice there. Hey, we have see-through hatches. This is the first armored door to have a see-through hatch since the Incarceration single armored door that came out like 6 or 7 years ago, and that's very expensive. That is a very notable, advantageous feature that this skin has. We could also point out to you that this, of course, also is glow in the dark. Yes, the lights stand out very nicely, and of course, if there were any light outside, you would be able to see it through the hatches. In fact, if I were to show you this. Yes, if you close the door, MICRØ, real quick, see how the lighting peers through. Get a good look at that. Don't that look cool? So yeah, this is a very special and perhaps very lucrative door to potentially invest into. We saw with the likes of the Outer Planets double armor door last year that after a while, if there's no other new skins that get accepted, it could only increase in price. That had many. So with the double armored doors, there were many submissions over the year, whether it was for a holiday event such as Halloween or Christmas, continuations of popular sets like Cold Hunter, No Mercy, and what else was there? Constellations. They never got their double armored doors accepted, but this right here, this is here. Of course, funnily enough, during March again. So Outer Planets came out towards the end of March. Over 9 months, it went from a $3 skin, and eventually it was selling for over $10 back in January 2023. If we see the exact same situation happen with the likes of this double armored door, which, by the way, is only selling for $2.49, I wouldn't be surprised if this easily jumps up in price as time goes on. This is definitely more of a long-term investment, but with the features that it has, with the very helpful hatch feature that it has, the see-through hatch, this very easily could jump up in price at some point in the future. Now, let's just go quickly say hello to Mr. MICRØ. So this is just like normal head height. Mr. MICRØ, give us a wave. So that's what we can see through there. Very nice. And of course, I'm sure a lot of you want to see what it looks like from the other side. So MICRØ, would you be able to remove those lights real quickly? And we'll get it from the other side, because chat was asking. And there you go. Get a good look at that. And how about we make it nighttime? Mr. MICRØ, are you shining your ever so lovely looking miner's hat there? And yeah, get a good look at that. MICRØ, do you have any words of your own that you might want to offer for this?
I like it. It's cool. It's first double armored door we've seen in a while. And it's also the first we've seen with transparent portions on the hatch, which as a player I can understand being potentially of a useful attribute. You know, that could work for you or could work against you. So there's a lot of things to consider when using something like this, but to have it as an option in the game is very cool. And what a great way to honor the work that TGG does with a very cool and very nicely modeled and textured door like this. I think it's a great looking skin. It looks very high quality, very cool, very industrial. And I think these guys did a great job on this thing, and it's certainly something I plan on picking up and using as a skin for my double armor doors. As few as I end up having over my typical wipe, it's still a very cool skin to have on a double armored door. So
should we nice. Point out that the actual skin creators for the skin were Slanosta and Retro, that pair. Requested by TGG himself to make this skin, and I think they did a very, very good job of this, and I think a very nice piece for the Bombshell collection itself. Mr. MICRØ, would you like to hop over on this side, and we'll do our lovely MICRØ glow-in-the-dark skin check. So yes, Mr. MICRØ, he does a little sit there. You could move along to the sides as well, Mr. MICRØ. As we can see, the whole door does glow, so maybe you don't have the advantage there, where, you know, you could hide in front of it and not get noticed. You get the idea. So, regardless, as I said, $2.49 skin, very affordable, very useful. The advantages are there. And I wouldn't be surprised that this is the only double armor door skin to be accepted. That was what the little story behind the Outer Planets door was. With no competition, it could easily triple in price, much like the Outer Planets. But remember, people, buy responsibly. Don't buy 100 of them. You've got to remember, you've got to sell 100 of them as well. But at the moment, from what we can see, this only sold, after 2 days, it's only sold 11,000. This looks like it's going to be a very similar amount to what the Outer Planets double armored door was. So yeah, and that would mean very easily could rise up in price. And with that, I believe we're done. So yeah, very cool to see. Very nice to see another double armor door being accepted after a year almost. But yep, that's all good. MICRØ, do you want to fix your head? He's lost it. Uh-oh. Let's go prepare ourselves, Mr. MICRØ, to talk about the large box. Yes. Now, what we have here is the first skin to be accepted by JPEG. Yes. This is a cool little self-referential large box skin, obviously imitating the crate that we have in the game. And I think a lot of people would appreciate this, because what we should also point out, MICRØ, is this actually wasn't the first skin of this idea, was it? Like, he actually made a red small box in reference to the toolbox as well, didn't he, not too long ago? And that turned out quite nice, but that wasn't accepted, but this was. So nice to see it, and congratulations to you, JPEG. And yeah, let's get a good look at that. Now, does it glow in the dark? Let's just do a real quick look at that. No. No, it does not. That does not glow in the dark. The tape of it kind of shines quite nicely, but yeah, that's not what we're looking for. So, gentlemen, this right here, cool idea. Not too in your face, a more grounded approach, of course. It's more self-referential to Rust. This right here is another $2.49 skin, but it hasn't sold that much, has it? It's only sold like 6,500 so far. I wouldn't be surprised if this does go below its Rust price. We have quite a lot of things on the horizon as we get close to summertime, And I wouldn't be surprised if this actually potentially struggles for a bit, much like every other Rust skin. We are expecting to potentially go into bad times soon. And when bad times happens, most Rust skins do go down in price. What with the new CSGO Major on the horizon, and with Counter-Strike 2 properly coming out in the summer, Rust might be struggling in terms of player count, and with so much money being put towards CSGO at the moment, and of course likely in the summer, Rust economy likely will be struggling. So a new skin like this, whilst cool to look at, very likely will be going below its Rust store price. So do be prepared for such a thing. And this is going to affect all skins. It's not just this one. But this felt like a good thing to start off with. And with that, if you're going to sit there and say, so what should I do? Well, maybe you just want to do a buy order for this. Remember, this is also an abnormal skin. Out of all the skins this week, only one of them is abnormal. This right here, very likely could be going below its Rust store price, but with the low sales, it could easily bounce back up in the future. I mean, get a good look at it. Look at it. It's a fun little self-referential joke, and I'm pretty sure when loads of people play Rust again, whether it's going to be in the August summertime when kids are out of school, they got the summer vacation, they'll look at that and they'll think, haha, I like that, I want that in my base. That could very likely happen. So yeah, everything that we're about to experience, what with the bad times and whatnot, is routine. It's a pattern. We usually go through it every single year, so don't worry too much, but at the very least, keep an eye out for it. You could buy these for potentially a lot cheaper. That's my current assumption. Doesn't necessarily mean it's definitely going to happen, but yeah, you get the idea. MICRØ, do you have any words that you might want to offer for this? Yeah. Do you have any words, MICRØ, or shall we move on?
I think it's pretty nice as far as recreating a texture and an object we have within the game environment. Certainly something that any Rust player who's been out in the world will recognize, and to see it on a box, it looks pretty cool. I mean, obviously, you could tell exactly what it's meant to be. I think it does a nice job of being that. And like you said, I could see people wanting to have this in their base just for the self-referential component of it. It looks cool. And the question is now, how do you use it? What do you keep in a box like this? And I could find a way to fit this into my organization scheme. Before we had all these box sorting sets, I used a whole assortment of boxes, and I just kind of knew what I kept in those boxes. So it didn't work for anyone else, but it worked for me. And a lot of players playing solo, duo, you don't need that much organization. So this is a perfect kind of thing that's an alternative to a storage set, where when you have a storage set and you got 18 boxes, you can't fit all of those in your starter base or in your 2x2. So maybe it's more sense to have the versatility of an unlabeled box set. So point being, I like that this is a skin that references the game, and it looks cool, and I like it. So nice job. We've seen a number of skins from this artist over the past few weeks with the same sort of ideas in terms of recreating objects from the game, and they've done a nice job. The toolbox from last week or a few weeks past, was pretty cool. It unfortunately didn't get accepted. This one did, though. And later in the program, actually to the right of it in the frame there, you can even see a little bit of the other box by the same author here that's on the workshop. So nicely done, very cool. And I think, like you said, this has potential for success.
Shall we move on to weapons and tools, Mr. MICRØ?
Very good.
All right, so gentlemen, we have seen a brand new pair of tools that are being accepted, that being the right over here. Kept it out of my hands, sorry about that. Ta-da, it's a big toothy grin. What's this? This is the bare bones hatchet and pickaxe. Get a good look at this. So gentlemen, we have a very notable usage of transparency here. Mr. Kelmer Legend, get a good look at that. You've produced here a pretty interesting looking little hatchet here. Give that a good swing. Get a good look there. Now let's just quickly look at this in the night time. Let's get a good look. And does it glow in the dark? No. Pickaxe? No. Right. So, I haven't seen transparency used like this for tools. Not to this extent. Like, surprised to see this was actually allowed. To a point, like, I do have to kind of point that out, but yeah, pretty unique in compared to many other designs. But Mr. MICRØ, let's go take a good look at you and let's get a good zoom in and see how that looks as we see. Oh yeah, Loot Leader definitely helps out when you get to look at it properly. But yeah, MICRØ, per your opinion, what with this transparency, I'm noticing
surprised.
because when you look at it from here, you can actually see through it, and I'm like, yeah, it clearly have some little disadvantages when you do that. But hey, in terms of trying to figure out a creative, more unique idea compared to all of the other tools that have been accepted in the past, I could give that to him. But yeah, it does look a little bit awkward at certain points when you look at it from a different angle. Oh dear. But hey, like, what do you think, Mr. MICRØ? What about your opinion?
Yeah, I could say that we've seen attempts across many different skins over time to come up with creative ways to use transparency. And well, I gotta say, I like using transparency. I like when artists do that. And last week, I think we saw in our program there was a set of tools that had a very tasteful use of transparency. That was the Toxic Wolf set, right? Where it had some small little sections where the cutouts made sense because it interacted with the rest of the texture. And by the same token, like the way that transparency has been used here is a very creative idea, and I like the way it has the opening for the mouth, and like, you know, I guess like the handle of the hatchet is sort of meant to be like two parallel bones, I guess. I think that's what that's meant to be.
Yeah.
But in practice, the way that this works out is on account of the fact that you're cutting away such a large portion of the model, and there is no texture on the back faces of the surfaces of the hatchet. So in other words, the outside of the hatchet model has a texture on it, but that texture isn't visible from the inside of the hatchet. And when you look through those transparent portions, your brain is sort of expecting to see the interior of that, or at least the opposite half of it, but you don't get to see that because of the way the game engine presents the textures on the items. So there are some little ways that it sort of breaks the perspective of things. I mean, it's really not bad. It's not like the end of the world or anything. The idea of the skin and the style of it still translates through. I'm just pretty astounded when we see what a line, how far this pushes the boundaries in terms of the use of transparency.
Would you be able to put it on your back real quick?
Sure.
And yeah. Well,
it doesn't look bad. It's just when you get to some angles, it becomes like extremely see-through, and that doesn't like change anything about the way the game is played. It doesn't present an advantage or disadvantage. It just looks a little broken. So I guess at this stage of the game, does it really matter that much? It doesn't change anything, and it's just a clever and creative new approach to skin making, and it's like something new and fresh. So I'll hand it to them. They came up with a way to push that envelope a little bit and to use that transparency in a creative new way. And while I wouldn't have anticipated this getting accepted based on what we've seen in the past, just goes to show you that that doesn't always guide our decisions, or at least decisions of Facepunch. So they're looking forward, accepting new ideas, stretching the boundaries of what they're accepting here, and I think that's a great thing. So yeah, very interesting, very cool, and
because that's eventually going to happen. We've kind of made jokes how certain skins have very similar ideas and themes and whatnot. You can't criticize someone for going out there and trying to do something a lot different compared to what everybody else has done. So I respect it. You know, as you mentioned last week, or a couple of weeks before, we did have those Toxic Wolf tools. There was a little bit of transparency used, but this has kind of taken it up an extra level, hasn't it? So, yeah, it's got me curious as well, MICRØ, because in terms of like the financial potential with it, I think a lot of people would notice it a whole lot more based on obviously the gimmick, big toothy transparent grin. But I'm still very cautious behind it. It hasn't sold that much. And by default, with tools, they tend to not really hold up their value very nicely. They tend to be 70 to 90 cent buy order situations. So I would like to see, will this difference, this very, very noticeable difference, lead to success, and will it lead to a lot more people wanting to buy it? We will find out eventually, won't we? And we'll see, because if this does work out very well, it might actually set off a new trend with skin creators where they all start doing it. If it works, basically, isn't it? So, Mr. MICRØ, any other words, or shall we move on to the next weapon?
I think it's time to move on.
Very well, then. I hope he brushes his teeth. Gentlemen. Ow! Why? Hey, I remember this. It's the Lunar semi-automatic rifle. And lo and behold, it's the first semi-automatic rifle to be accepted after about 6 weeks. Gentlemen, Mr. Y9J has had another continuation accepted. So, let's just quickly show this in the dark. As you can see, no, it does not glow. This does not glow at all. Yep. And then we're going to go back over to MICRØ. We've already had a lovely discussion about this last week, and lo and behold, it got accepted. So, yes, we have the continuation, the third Lunar skin to be accepted. This is the Lunar SAR, Mr. MICRØ. And we are also starting to notice all the little consistencies that we see with the craters, the bump mapping, the craters within the craters, the little shooting star handle. Very nice. It's your grey, what did we call it? The grey out collection. Only gets stronger. How about we get a good look at this at night time so we can see how the crate... Oh, there you go. Now you get a much better look at the bump mapping there. Y9J doing a lovely job with all the bump maps and all of the weapons. Makes them stand out ever so nicely. And yeah, the real question is what's he going to do next? Is it going to be a python, a sniper, maybe some tools, maybe some clothing and armor, maybe some deployables? But we're not going to know for a while, are we? Because Easter stuff's currently in the way. And that's going on for 2 weeks. Don't forget, people, 2 weeks. You're only going to see Easter submissions for the next 2 weeks. So don't worry. The skin creators haven't forgot the skins that they were making. Just know that it's going to be 2 weeks of Easter skins. So, with this being the third semi-automatic rifle to be accepted this year, perhaps this will do quite nicely. We did see a lot of them towards the end of 2022, and I was worried at the very beginning of this year if we're going to see tons of them, but no, only 3 so far this year. 12 roster rotations and only 3 so far. This could do very nicely if we do see a whole lot more Lunar skins being accepted and made, whether it's just weapons or clothing and armor or even deployables. We can only wait and see. MICRØ, do you have any other words that you might want to offer, or shall we move on to the next weapon?
Nope, you covered pretty well. I'll just say that I like the little detail on the, the craters within the craters. That's what really makes it, gives it that feeling of authenticity to me. I like authentic moon texture. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, that's a 20 right there. It's a 20. I just noticed. All right, then. So, moving on to the next weapon, Mr. MICRØ. Gentlemen, we have... It's another first skin to be accepted. It is Mr. Alloy and his Arctic Skull LR300. Get a good look at this skeleton. I've got the... Anyway... Yes, gentlemen, get a good look at this. It's another LR300 skin being accepted. It is... Yep, you've got a nice red tip there. It's very, very dark red. If you look at it, when you look at the green, you can notice how the top is a bit more red. And of course, at night time, how does it look? It is not glow in the dark. Not glow in the dark. Wait, hang on a minute. Oh, that skull reflects light quite easily. That's something we should... Ah, do you see that? Ah... Interesting. That's quite cool. Mr. MICRØ, shall we go take a look at you in a second? He's disappeared. He's vanished. MICRØ, oh no! Were you spooked by my scary-looking LR300?
Sorry, I was having inventory issues. I went to go throw a few things away.
No worries, good sir. Just stand there and look perfect. Yes. Very cool. Oh, that's actually a bit too bright. There we go. Yeah, now I can see the skeleton a bit better. Yep, don't you worry, Mr. MICRØ. Now we also have the tempered tip there, which is a nice little touch. A fair bit different compared to the rest of the skin, but hey, maybe we're going to see a lot more of that with some other skins in the future. That's a question that we'd have to ask for from Mr. Alloy and the other people that contributed to making the skin. But yep, cool piece of work. And at night time, Mr. MICRØ, could you? Yeah, that's it. Slightly move to the right, and we can see how the skull kind of reflects light brighter than the rest of it, and like when you're in the darkness, it's the first thing to appear. Oh, and now here we are. Get a good look at this. Yep. MICRØ, could we just quickly see the Lunar SAR on your back as well, if you still have that? Because I realised we didn't show that. Yeah. My apologies in regards to that, but yep. Just to get a good look at the Lunar SAR, and then put the LR300 back on there again. So yeah, you really do see. Oh,
sorry about that.
You really do see how all like the little finger bones, how the skull stands out. It's a bit more like pushed upward compared to the rest of the texture, and a little finger gun with the skeleton hand. Very cool. Very nice to see. And we wonder what to see next out of you, Mr. Alloy. I wouldn't be surprised if it turns into a collection. And of course, now we have to quickly question, LR300 skins, are they good investments? No. No. It's gun demand. People aren't super crazy in wanting to use LR300s compared to other skins. They tend to not really hold up their value that much. It's unfortunate. So personally, I'm not looking at that with super serious, oh, that's going to do insane numbers, insane value types of profits. So yeah, that is also this skin right here is the only non-abnormal skin of the week as well. So it's not like we can use that extra time to our advantage. Mr. MICRØ, do you have any other words that you want to sit there and say, or should we start talking about clothing and armor?
Other than congratulations to the author for his first acceptance. That's all I really have to say here. We'll see how if this turns into a set or how the artist continues to evolve. It's always an interesting process to watch. So welcome to the workshop. Welcome to the workshop, Mr. Alloy. Now, Mr. MICRØ, could you go put on all of your Hardsuit Tier 3 armor on? Yes. Sure. Give us did you show off the red aim sight and the ghost string? Yep. Okay. I can do that a little bit more right now if you go get your clothes on. Just to reiterate, red, very nice. Oh, it was a little bit darker earlier. Ah, when you're in better lighting, there you go. So yes, it's definitely a proper red. My apologies there, Mr. Alloy. Yes, so very nice, noticeable red tip. Under the right lighting, stands out a whole lot better. Okay, so, Mr. MICRØ. Oh, wow, look at you. Nice and shiny and well protected. It's the Hardsuit collection getting a continuation. Yes, to my surprise, we saw the Hardsuit Tier 3 armor being accepted as an early pick this week. And let's just get a good look at how it's styled. Look at the style as we slowly run. Oh, I've hit the wall. Ow, sorry about that. Got to stop doing that. So let's just give it a good spin around. Nice and shiny. It's a continuation of the collection. Gentlemen, with the Tier 3 armor being accepted, it caused the hoodie and pants to really rise up in price. The $2 skins, the hoodie and pants, reached a peak of around $3.50. They could still keep rising up in price. There's not too many of them on the Steam market. But yeah, reactionary nature of the Rust economy did take place. And we did see quite a lot of stock immediately being thrown onto the market with their appearance. Tends to happen. But yes, at the moment, as we've approached the weekend, the demand has kept up and the price has steadily sat around $3 to $3.50 each. We now sit here and anticipate the arrival of Tier 2 potentially being made. But we have to reiterate the point that I've said earlier. We have 2 weeks of Easter in the pipeline, and we're already seeing Easter skins being submitted this weekend. This means, theoretically speaking, you're not going to see Hardsuit
Tier 2 appear in the workshop until, well, you'll be making you extra shiny, Mr. MICRØ. That's looking cool. So just keep this in mind, guys. You're very likely not going to be seeing Hardsuit Tier 2 appear in the workshop until maybe towards the end of April time. You're looking at bare minimum at least 3 or 4 weeks. And then it's a question whether or not we're going to see that actually being accepted. So if you're sitting there saying, should I invest into Tier 3 armor? Do keep in mind, are the amount of sales fairly equal to the hoodie and pants? And do keep in mind that we have to be aware that the Tier 2 probably won't be appearing until maybe another month's time. So if you're hoping that the reactionary nature of the Rust economy does take place with the Tier 3 armor again, with the Tier 3 armor much like with the hoodie and pants, then we of course have to wait for the actual arrival of the Tier 2 armor. Mr. MICRØ, looking nice and shiny there. Did someone request that? Or are you just trying to take some pictures for your OnlyFans again?
You weren't supposed to tell people about my OnlyFans account, bro.
Well, I mean, look, come on. You did say you wanted to show off how shiny you look when... But yeah. Just wait until we get the wax out. So yes, well done, Mr. Shedmon. Gentlemen, the Tier 3 is $1.49 and it is abnormal. We don't need to rush into buying it, but yeah, let's keep an eye on how many sell and then make a decision whether it's a good idea to jump in. But at the moment, I wouldn't be surprised if we do see Tier 2 eventually, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's accepted. Will we see the full collection come to fruition? I fully expect it to happen. Mr. MICRØ, any other final words?
Shiny.
Shiny. Would you want to sing the Shiny song from Moana? No. I'm good. Right. So, gentlemen, we've said that we said everything that we've needed to said. That's all of the skins from this week, and now we're going to take a look at all of the continuations. So let's just skip on ahead to that. Right, guys, welcome back. So we're now going to take a look at all of the workshop continuations that we saw in the past week. We're going to start off with the Blue Lab box made by Jiba, which we referenced a little bit earlier. Gentlemen, let's go. Let's start talking about workshop continuations. Starting off with this small box right here, as we can see. Looking very nice. A little bit shiny, as we can see the lighting to the side there. Give it a good little spin around. Government property, what might be inside? Yes. Now rise up a little bit. Get a good look at the top. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to play around with the lighting. Let's get a good look at this. Oh, look how that looks. Yes. What about if we turn the lights off? Clearly, it does not glow in the dark, as you can see. Turn them back on. Oh, too much to the side. Yeah, there you go. Right, so... nifty little design, self-referential to Rust yet again. Do you like what you see? Are you a fan of it? It's currently in the workshop right now. If you're a fan of his previous work, maybe you might want to consider investing into what he is also making afterwards. Thank you for the light, Mr. MICRØ. Let's get a slow spin around, see what the shininess looks on the top. Yep, very nice. Dark blue. Chat, do you like dark blue colour? Do you want a dark blue small box? It's right there in front of you. So yes, if you like what you see, please consider going to the workshop, voting yes or no. Maybe even consider offering a nice comment or two. Maybe you want to offer some feedback. Maybe you just want to sit there and say, hey, I like this. Give some nice support to the creator. And with that, gentlemen, that is the small box, to be precise, Blue Lab small box. Mr. MICRØ, shall we proceed to the next skin, or did you want to offer a nice comment or two in regards to this?
Nope, I think we can move along. Just another one of those items that looks like an in-game object, and it did a pretty nice job. So, very cool.
Cool stuff indeed. And I'll tell you what else looks really cool. We've got another Retrowave skin being made, yes. Just last week we saw the garage doors, and now what do we see in front of us, in front of our eyes? It's another pair of, well, one of them glows in the dark. One of them doesn't. But yes, gentlemen, we have double sheet metal doors right in front of us. Retrowave has got double sheet metal Retrowave doors right in front of us. So let's just get a good look at its design up real close. The overall design seems to always, it's the same imagery but placed on different skins, so not too much to look out for. I'm sure you understand. We'll just get a good look at that, and then we'll move over to here. Turn the lights off. Thank you very much, Mr. MICRØ. And then we'll just slowly descend into the darkness. So, yeah, come on, a little bit darker. See how these look. So, yep, as it starts to get dark, obviously it's brighter, and then dark, and then brighter. Very cool. Mr. MICRØ, do you want to do the old MICRØ door check? Do the old MICRØ glow in the dark check. Let's see if Mr. MICRØ stands out. No, well, yes, he does stand out, but hey, at least he looks really cool now. Yeah, the whole thing glows. But yeah, it's got a nice vibe to it. It looks cool. Do you approve? Double sheet metal doors tend to be very nice investments, and I feel like that's a very nice deployable for the collection. So let's just get a good look at it in the night with the lighting here. So I'm just, come on, darkness. I want to get up real close. I want to see what it looks like a bit closer up. No major bump mapping it looks like here, Mr. MICRØ. Nothing super standout. Nothing super... What about the actual... Oh, actually, yeah. You can see how the... how that's all nailed in. Okay, that's at least pretty cool. But other than that, it's more about the overall design, isn't it? So, glow in the dark or non-glow? Which do you prefer? Please consider going to the workshop, offering a vote, yes or no. Please consider offering a nice comment or two. Mr. Hardsuit Tier, it's nice to see that you've returned to this collection. Let's see if you managed to get one of them being accepted. Would be very nice to see. Any other words that you might want to offer, Mr. MICRØ, or shall we proceed to the next thing?
I think we can move along. I mean, I think this one is one of those skins that's kind of self-explanatory. You just take a good look at it and you're like, yeah, you either vibe with it or you don't.
Exactly. Right then, Mr. MICRØ, what do we have over here? It's a continuation of the JPEG collection. We recently saw the likes of just the single wooden door. It was accepted. Very nice. But Mr. GPG, Mr. Trigger, they probably thought, you know what? Why don't we try for two? And yes, right in front of us, we have the double wooden door. I mean, you've seen the single door. It's literally two of them together. That's basically it. But yeah, you probably know what this looks like. It's right there in front of you. Does it glow in the dark? No, it does not. So let's just go back over to here. Gentlemen, double wooden doors, haven't seen one being accepted since Firefly's wooden double door last year. I think May time, so it's been almost a whole year. Will that potentially be accepted? Are you looking forward to a more affordable and, well, fairly stylish in its own way door skin? Hey. Gentlemen, please consider going to the workshop. Please consider... Make sure
you flip around the other side and show the alternative view there, because the wooden door has,
You are 100% correct. What we have over here is the other side. Get a good look at the lighting when we get it over to this side. Wow. Yes. So yes, gentlemen, not too flashy, not too crazy. It's the JPEG collection. It is a style in its own, it's its own style. And if you approve of it, this might be the door for you. But overall, based on what we've seen with other wooden double doors, they tend to be very nice investments. So if you like what you see, please consider going on to the workshop. Please consider offering a nice comment or two. And please consider voting yes or no. It's in your hands. Show your support. Show your support to the skin creator themselves. And hey, you might just say the right motivating words. We could potentially see a whole lot more out of JPEG collection, but as of now, they are on a bit of a deployable kick. Any other words, Mr. MICRØ, or shall I proceed to the next deployable?
Yeah, let's move along.
Right. Talking about, more grounded and then maybe, well, it's the outlandish, it's the scary, it's the beastly looking return of the MICRØ, your pants, not that. It's the Abyss Sheet Metal Door version 2, yes. A good 6 weeks, 8 weeks ago, 6 to 8 weeks ago, we saw the introduction of the Abyss collection, which was the Sheet Metal Door, but it wasn't accepted, was it? But Garage Door came out like a month after. That was accepted. Then we recently had the Furnace, and that was accepted. So Mr. Little Ranger probably thought, you know what, couldn't hurt to give this a second run. He made a few tweaks, and now here we have the Sheet Metal Door. And you are probably wondering, does it glow in the dark? Yes, it does. Indeed, it does. So, not too surprised to see this guy appear. Of course, as we get ever so close, we can see the very nice detail of the bump mat work. Zoom out a little bit. Yep. Get a good close look at his little snout. All the eye fixings and the holes. Very outlandish, otherworldly, scary. If you like what you see, please consider going to the workshop. Please consider voting yes or no, or offering a nice comment or two. Mr. MICRØ, could you get your minus hat light? I want to get up real close and see how this looks at night time. Yeah. Yes. Because I want to get a good little pan around. See the shine. See the light reflecting on the ridges. See the very nice bump mat work. Yeah. So, gentlemen, if you like it, I've already told you what to do. Will we see the Abyss Sheet Metal Door version 2 being accepted at some point in the future? MICRØ, do you have any words that you might want to offer?
Well, if you're a fan of this collection, then this door is going to make your day because it definitely resembles the other two deployables we've seen. And, well, it looks scary and cool and definitely a new sort of concept to Rust when it comes to this type of sculpture and like alien sort of thing. We have seen a few other very organic looking sculptures. But this is probably the first one I recall seeing that has this level of detail, and the purple glow is something we don't see a lot of either. So some combination of factors combined there to make a really cool looking skin, and with the other ones being pretty popular, I have a feeling this one will be too. I'm
starting to look at it and think, is this more of like a bat design? Kind of looking at the front, how its snout is. It's kind of reminding me of a bat. Are you turning into a bat? Whoa! It's possessed him! But yeah, cool looking design. This could... Oh.
Just slap the light up straight above it to give it like a downward shadow cast. Take a look at that at nighttime. Not that this would be necessarily a frequent lighting scenario, but dang, it just looks cool. That's all.
Buddy, I'm not disagreeing. That's probably some of the best piece of bump mat work we've ever had introduced to the workshop. Little Ranger, you're really flexing off your skills here. No wonder you're one of the skin creators with the most skins accepted. So, looking very cool. And maybe we'll see some other skins like this potentially in the future. So yeah, very nice, very cool. And MICRØ's praying to it and now sinking into the ground. Yes. Yes. Oh, that's a little bit blinding. So, very cool, Mr. MICRØ. Shall we move on to the next deployable?
We shall.
All right, then. So, Mr. Loddy returns with the Spraycan Armored Double Door. I believe this is a version 2. I think I can remember. Yeah, I think we've seen one of these before. He's been making the odd deployable here and there. I think we last saw this like in November time. But yes, as we can see, we got the bright, colourful colours of the Spraycan collection. We got all the silly little graffiti bits there and there. Oh, look, Cobalt. See, that one's really nice and straight and lined. And then it's all like silly little things here. Hello, oops, you got the wings, you got the silly little face for the hatch. So yeah, it's a cool looking door. But what we really want to see is how does it look at night time? Because what do we see then? What do we see? It's got a nice, well-positioned bit of glow-in-the-dark there. MICRØ, I think we need you to walk across it or sit underneath it. I can see your head. Yeah, I can see your head, but if you sit still, I can't see you. There. So just to give you some context, there is Mr. MICRØ sitting right there. Now, if you sit right in the middle of it, underneath, yep. And as we slowly make it up, you wouldn't be able to notice him. So Mr. Loddy clearly has had the idea of thinking, you know what? I'm only going to make a certain part of it glow in the dark. And surely people who play the game could make great use out of that. And from what we can show you here, you could easily, get the sneak up on people. Do you think people are sitting outside your base and you could just sit there and wait for them? Yeah. Or, again, you could easily just crouch in and out of your... Yeah, there you go. Can you see MICRØ? I couldn't. So, yeah. A nice, useful thing to have. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to be, ow! I didn't realise that was going to happen because I didn't see him coming out the door. But yeah, something that's a nice little advantage to have. Let's see if other skin creators make great use of that in the future as well. Thank you very much. So,
and make sure you show off both sides of this one too.
Indeed. So I'm going to open. And yep, got a nice little change of the design here. So instead of the silly little face, we've got ready. Change of some patterns. So let's just get up real close. Get a good look at all of this. We've got oops in the bottom right. Game over there. Rise up a little bit. Climb up. A little smiley face. Ain't that cute? Cool. Got a little diamond, some XOXO. Very nicely done. Let's see if this potentially gets accepted. Gentlemen, do you know what you can do if you like it? Please consider going to the workshop. Please consider voting yes or no. And please consider offering a nice comment or two. It's a very cool looking design, and this will potentially be the first Spraycan skin to be accepted in 2023. Right then, MICRØ, do you have any other words that you might want to offer, or shall we proceed to the weapons and tools?
Other than...
Oh no, we got one more. I think.
yeah. If you take a look at the chain link section, that actually looks pretty cool. The way that has a gloss map to it and normals to give it the interaction with the light. So it's just a little bit of extra detail there that prevents this from looking kind of flat otherwise. But
oh yeah, you can very lightly notice.
Here's keep the camera in one spot, and what I'll do is move my light around. So you could see the light interacting with those bits of chain link.
Oh yeah, no, that does look good. Oh, Loddy, that's a good bit of work there. See how the light's nice and reflecting off that chain link. Cool stuff.
There you go.
Awesome. So, I like. So yep, maybe I'll have to consider going to the workshop and voting yes or no. But yep, good stuff there, Mr. Loddy. Let's see what happens in the future. Now,
all right, next up,
where is it? MICRØ, I swear. Where'd he go? Where is it?
There we go. No, there we go.
What do you mean? Is that it there? Where? Do we have to...
You didn't have to go through that door. You could have gone through this door.
Oh, there we go. That's it. Yes. It's the final piece to the Resources door collection. How could we not notice? Yes, Mr. Freddy and Krueger have gone and produced a brand new looking armoured garage door. Now, what do you think? What do you think? Could you spot the difference? I mean, it's got this bit right there, doesn't it? But yeah, very nicely done. I personally thought he was going to make an armoured door. But I guess, this is much better in terms of the size. It matches up a whole lot better. I can give him that. Like, I can see what's gone on there, and that's fine. That's cool. Like, hey, get a good look at that. Compare it to that. They are pretty... Oh yeah, this is something that we wanted to address as well. So, if you could turn your light off, MICRØ, you might notice. Did you see how the lighting there just kind of matched up a whole lot nicer? And then yeah, you've definitely got to make sure. You've definitely got to make sure that you have the right wall on the side to really blend it in. As Mr. MICRØ will show you here, as he flips it.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Yep. So that's cool. But then if you flip it again, yeah.
It depends on the light. It depends on the light how that appears.
Oh, let me turn off.
Also, if I get rid of this, I think it also depends on the conditional building.
Yeah, no, that one doesn't change as much.
Oh, I was seeing this a lot more earlier.
I know.
I'm not sure what
we clearly saw it there, but yeah, if depending on certain conditions, if you don't line it up properly, the walls really do look a whole lot different, like a whole much darker tone, which is a bit weird. So just something out. If you do see it in the future, we've given you the little heads up just to point out here. But from what we can see here, what I see right in front of me, pretty cool idea how it's all established. And, this whole set, this set as a whole, I think he's accomplished some very good He's done a very good job of it all. Ever since the beginning of January, Freddy Krueger, this is rolled out, quite literally rolled out very nicely. This is a nice end to all of it. I'm not sure if you're going to make any more twig skins or if you're going to end up making log skins or stone skins. You know what I mean? Like, are we going to start seeing resource deployables based on all the doors that we've had, not only twig? It would be interesting to see, but is this the end? That's the main question. So, MICRØ, do you have any words that you might want to offer in regards to what we have in front of us here?
No, other than when we were testing this before the stream, we noticed a distinct difference in tone between these building materials. In particular, this one over here with the door frame, that's still exhibiting the same thing. Right now, I don't see it happening with the wall, but it was. So it seems to be situational.
Yes.
Put it that way.
I definitely saw it as well. Do you see this dark tone that you see here? We were seeing that, like, on here, and it really didn't blend very nicely. But it doesn't...
Look at the door frame right here.
Yeah.
All right, it's doing it now. Big difference, and it was happening on the wall. I'm not sure what separates our previous testing from this time.
Do you reckon it's like how with furnaces every now and then they can show off a different like texture with their light, with their glow? Because maybe that could be the answer. Maybe, but yeah, just be warned. If you see that in the future, you just might need to break down your wall and get some more high quality armor to put down the wall again.
I will say though that just like the other items in this deployable set, the textures on this are obviously resemble the game textures very strongly, and they did a good job of making that happen. So this looks really good under all the different lighting that we could show, with the normal map doing its job to pick up the texture there very, very nicely, and even like the imperfections and the gloss looks really good. So it really matches the stock textures very, very well. So I mean, if you have your camera like at a glancing angle to the right, yeah, go over that way. Get the reflection to hit both of those walls the same way, and like now back up a little bit, you could see the reflection. It matches. It's everything about the textures really does resemble the stock textures very nicely. So very impressive job. I think that looks really great. And where do we go from here? I don't know. He's got all the textures figured out now, and as far as deployables go, he's covered that.
Well, I think he could,
at least for wall sections.
He could just make a random stone locker. He could make a random sheet metal furnace. Like, I think he can just touch and go with it. I still think log or twig furnace is a funny idea. I want to see it happen, Freddy. Show it to me, Freddy. So yeah, we're not making shadow puppets here. No, stop it. Bad shadow. Destroy the light. Right. So, gentlemen, that is all of the deployables. We hope you enjoyed them, and if you do, please consider going to the workshop. Please consider, offering a nice comment or two, and please consider voting yes or no if you approve of them or not. Remember, if you don't really like that like a skin that much, please consider offering feedback as in the form of a nice, polite comment. Skin creators can make alternate versions of their skins, and they'll take in your feedback. So as long as it's polite, straight to the point, and actually helpful. So with that, Mr. MICRØ, should we start talking about weapons and tools? Workshop continuations. Let's go get this up and running. What's this? MICRØ, this SAR is broken. Look at it. It's melting, sort of. What did you do? Did you spit on it? MICRØ. What is that? What's this? What's this? It's all burned. It's all chemically burned. Yes, it's the chemical burn SAR. Gentlemen, Oasis has made a continuation of the chemical burn Python that was accepted just 2 or 3 weeks ago. I believe it was 2 weeks ago. So yes, gentlemen, get a good look at that. Ooh. As I show it in the light there, you can see how it stands out quite nicely. Now, of course, if we just make it a little bit dark, let's just go and see, does it glow? No, it does not. If we aim down, nope. Now, if we just aim down, what's the colour of the tip? Matches up with the colour of the skin, so could be helpful in most environments. Maybe not the rock, but yeah, you get the idea. So, got a good look at that. And now we're going to go take a look at Mr. MICRØ. Hello, Mr. MICRØ. How you doing? Yeah, MICRØ, you really do need to kind of give that a nice wipe or two. It's not looking too good there, mate. It's kind of looking a little bit damaged. Oh, God. I think he's done a pretty good job of this. I think he's done a pretty good job, making the damage really stand out. So we can just make this a little bit darker. And, yeah. Look at that. MICRØ, could you turn ever so slightly to your right? Just so I can get a little bit. There we go. Oh, that looks nice. That's perfect, Mr. MICRØ. So, gentlemen, get a good look at the damage that we see here. Look how burned this SAR. Look at what it's suffering from. So, yeah. Cool piece of work here, Oasis. Not the most colourful, wondrous-looking skin. However, very nice in terms of what you've presented. The gimmick, what you got here, very cool. I just wonder what else you could do with the set. What other skins might you make? Could we eventually see the likes of chemical burn armor? That might be a pretty cool idea. So, looking nice, looking cool. MICRØ, do you have any words of your own that you might want to offer to this?
I don't know. As long as I guess I feel kind of bad for whoever was holding this when it got burned by all those chemicals, because it probably got on them too.
Well, maybe that's what's left of him. Yeah. A bang, bang, bang. Oh, I thought you were going to shoot it. All right, so.
Honestly, I like the color palette he's chosen here with the subdued colors and the sort of organic shapes that he has on the sides that are indistinct. That's part of the design, but it also, from a distance, I don't know, it breaks up that texture a little bit. The black handle and all that. I would use this as a play skin.
Yeah, but I still think it would look really cool if he could make some armor. Like, imagine that, but on a tier 3. And I'm pretty sure the role players would really enjoy that. Pretending,
I think so.
There you go. Oasis, we're handing you a nice idea there, and I think a lot of people like it. So, all right, let's move on to the next weapon, Mr. MICRØ. What might that be? It is. Wait, what's this? It glows. It glows. What could I be holding? What am I holding? It's a rocket launcher? Well, I'll be. Mr. Dark Schneider, Mr. Z-Skipper, what's this? It's a continuation of your construction site collection. Yes, not too long ago we had the hunting bow. I believe a week after that we did see the likes of the crossbow. Crossbow wasn't accepted, but now we have a really cool looking design for a rocket launcher. It looks like a hydraulic. What do you call this? It's hydraulic something.
Hydraulic cylinder.
That's it. On the machinery. Well, bam. MICRØ didn't. I specifically hated that patch of grass. Please understand. But yeah, the notable thing is, well, I mean, I missed where it landed, so don't count. Yeah, it has a glow-in-the-dark Bit of glow in the dark bit there. None of the rest of it glows. That's only that bit. But yeah, there is a non-glowing version as well, which I will point out. But yeah, I mean, you get the idea. So it'd basically be the exact same thing, but it wouldn't glow. Mr. MICRØ, let's go take a look at you. Mr. MICRØ, let's get a good look up. Yeah, because this is what I would call a very cool design flavor to it. They even tended to get out, produce a skin that looks like worn out, heavily used machinery. And you might sit there and say, oh, but it looks ugly. Well, you know what? Heavily used machinery tends to look quite ugly. Definitely needs a bit of a paint job, doesn't it? But you've got the caution there, the extra tape wrapping. Maybe some of this was so damaged that they had to tape it and whatnot. So that's a nice little touch. Like everything here that I see.
Yeah, that's 10,000 PSI construction tape there. No problem.
Well, that's all the health and safety felt like paying, just to fix the problem. I'm not sure if they even have health and safety standards on this island, MICRØ. Let's really take that into consideration. But if I could just make it nighttime, and if you could turn slightly to your right, Mr. MICRØ. There we go. We can see like the buttons on the side. You can see the bump mapping on the damage on the paintwork. That looks cool. Z-Skipper, Doc Schneider, I personally think you've done a very good job of this. A lot of people might not respect it based on the fact that it looks old and damaged, but the fact that I know that this was your intention, I think you've done a really, really good job, and it's a great flavour win. So, yeah. MICRØ?
I agree. These guys killed it. This is a very clever idea. In terms of just taking the shape of the object and making that work with the design, like that's brilliant. That is a really a really clever use of that shape and everything. And gosh, that's just such a clever and smart idea and well executed. All the, like you said, the damage and the wear on it looks very genuine, and I would love to see this one get in the game. And the use, it's not just the design, right? But it's the execution. So all the little paint flaking, and the way the metallic part on the front there reflects the light, and it's just, they nailed it. Really nailed it.
Can we see it on your back?
We saw the Twitch drop. I'm wearing it on my back.
Yeah, I want to see it. Proceed.
We had the Twitch drop with the glow sight, so and realistically speaking, there is a rule in the workshop where glowing sights are not allowed, but on a rocket launcher, I don't think it gives you an advantage at all. And we saw it on the Twitch drop, and there is a rule for Twitch drops, no glow sights. So the fact that they permitted it there, I definitely think this is not real. This is not stretching any kind of weird rules or anything. I don't think anyone would argue that this is pay to win. And I don't know. Maybe you're into rocket PvP. Maybe for the 1% of people out there who's doing rocket PvP at night. Which, hey, in a lot of raid situations, that could easily be a thing, that a technique. But I wouldn't call it pay to win. I think it's cool. So regardless if they go with the glow sight version or not, I really hope to see this one, because this is a cool idea. Good job, guys.
You've got me thinking, if only rocket jumping was in Rust, raiding would be a whole different type of thing. Like, oh, that would be cool. You've got it in your head now. You're thinking, oh, actually, that would be cool. You could just rocket jump on top of a base and work your way down there. Like, you could have a whole bunch of people holding rockets, but again, the amount of damage that these rockets do, it'll probably blow your legs off, which is the problem. So, yeah. Mr. MICRØ, I believe we've shown this off enough. Shall we move on to the next weapon and tool? Or weapon and or tool?
I guess so. Just give me 1 second, if you don't mind.
Okay, let's not do that. And he went and did it. Why am I shaking?
We can move on.
Okay, wonderful. Great. Thank you, Mr. MICRØ. Much appreciated. What do I have in my hand? Whoa, hang on a minute. What's this? What's this? It's the M9 III. Not too long ago, Mr. Cowman Legend produced a M9 III recycler skin, yes. But that wasn't accepted. But now he's decided, you know what? I'll make a stockless version. So here we are. Gentlemen, gather around and take a look. Look at how its yellow tip stands out quite nicely in most environments. I feel like that's going to be all right. Oh, need more bullets. Give that a nice reload. Yep. Cool. So, we haven't seen an M9 III skin accepted for a while. Let's just quickly go over to the darkness and see what it looks like. Oh, doesn't glow. It does not glow. So yes, gentlemen, if we could just take a look at Mr. MICRØ, get a little bit zoomed in. What do we see? Yes, we could see, and again, not supposed to look nice and pretty. This is showing its wear and tear. It's been used a lot, chat. YouTube. This has been used a lot. It's been through the ages. So yes. Needs a bit of gloss. We could sit there and say that it does need a bit of gloss. Yes. But Mr. MICRØ, what we're going to do is, if you could put it in your hands, whip it out, and let's go give it a good look. So yes, I like how it's really rubbed out there. That looks really cool. Just wanted to point that out. See how it's all been like rubbed off here, just down below. Did you rub? Are you rubbing off your moustache? Oh dear, you're showing your age now as well, aren't you? It's all falling off, isn't it? Keep that on. It keeps disappearing. But yes.
I'm not doing that, by the way. I don't know why that's happening.
Oh.
Is that, you know what? I wonder if that has to do with the fact that there's a stock on this normally, if that would interrupt the line of sight, if somehow that's causing a weird glitch. On the camera
I'm just going to sit here and say that Turkish hair transplant doesn't seem to have worked out very well. But yeah.
Well, on the budget that we have here, we do what we can.
Yes. But gentlemen, if you like what you see, it's got to get... anyway. It keeps...
Oh, it's when you look out of the corner of your eye. Huh. Interesting. Okay.
Okay, yeah, we've done it enough. Right, so, yes, so, gentlemen, if you like what you see, please consider going to the workshop. Please consider offering a nice comment or two. Maybe offer a vote. Would you going to vote yes or no? Do you like it? Would you like to see more M9 III skins being accepted? This is up for contention this week. Recycler Collection has been doing very nicely these past few, well, technically years. It's been coming out since the end of 2022, and we've seen a couple in 2023. Could this be the next one? It's in your hands, people, and get a good look at it with the scope on. Oh, zoomed in a little bit too much there, but yep, very cool, very nice, and he shot me. Thank you very much, Mr. MICRØ. Thank you very much. Every single week, every single weapon. And another look at this. Rise
it's quality
up.
Control. It's really what it boils down to. It's just making sure everything works. Got to test it before we put it up for sale.
All right then. So, Mr. MICRØ, I believe we've shown this off enough. Shall we proceed to the next weapon skin?
Very well.
All right. What's this in my hands? It's rather small and tiny. What's this? Why, it's a Revolver skin. Very nice. Let's just give this a good little side look. Ah, yes, now I remember. It's the El Diablo collection made by Eros. Look down the sight. It's a nice orange tip. And give it a good reload. Very cool. Very nice. If you look at it enough, you can see how the paint kind of looks indented, which is good, the texture, because it's supposed to be like very burned metal. MICRØ, you've broke your neck again. MICRØ, why are you so glum? Oh, no. MICRØ, fix your neck. Yeah, Yeah, this is what happens when you buy a skin. Let me just zoom in. This is what happens when you buy a skin from a demon, all right? This is what happens. He takes part of your soul, and now you've turned into some sort of maniacal-looking, mustached, crazed person. Don't buy El Diablo skins. They will turn your very soul into Swiss cheese. What are you doing? Fix it. Duh. I'm going to run away. No, I'm just joking. It just happens quite a lot. Gentlemen, we have the return of the El Diablo collection. We've seen a few skins being submitted quite some time back, but of course they weren't accepted. El Diablo used to be quite successful. You'd see a submission, it gets accepted, but that technically is more like Eros as a whole. He's had a lot of El Diablo and Cybercode skins accepted these past few months. We've had a bit of a break from that, haven't we? Haven't seen one of those being accepted for about 6-ish weeks. Yet here we are. This is a Revolver skin. And gentlemen, I'm looking forward to this. I actually think this has a very decent chance of being accepted. Revolver skins, by default, and I've said this quite a lot before, they tend to be very, 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 very nice investments. Very useful in the early game. Tier 1, not too hard to get a hold of. Resources to make it, not too bad. Reliable in terms of killing, yes. It's very, for what it is, it's good. So, that means it has a very nice high gun demand. And, therefore, there is a high demand to use the skins. And, therefore, the skin prices tend to do very nicely. Nod, indeed, Mr. MICRØ. So, it's not the flashiest looking Revolver skin, but it still has its nice, calm, straight to the point, grounded design. Yes, we did get this from a demon somewhere. We're not going to say where, but very nicely done. Give it a good old reload, Mr. MICRØ. Whip that in. Do a couple shots if you want. Not at me. Not at me! Right, but yes, give it another quick reload from the side. Very nicely done. Gentlemen, if you like it, please consider going to the workshop. Please consider offering a vote, yes or no, and please consider offering a comment or two. If you approve, please say some nice words to the, what are you doing, Morse code? MICRØ, do you have any words that you might want to say, or shall we proceed to the next one?
I can put it on my hip if you want to see that.
I would like to see that. Big gun on his hip. Very nicely done. Eros, good piece of work. I like to see Revolver skins. Now, where's the Cybercode Revolver? Yep, slowly walk into the darkness if you can. Yeah, as we have mentioned, it doesn't glow in the dark. But the lighting, you do see those little orangey bits. What are the orangey bits again?
Hot glowing metal. Hot
glowing metal, yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's as if it's only just been finished and, whacked all together. So, very cool. MICRØ?
Or maybe it's the Diablo emerging from within.
Uh-oh. All right, no worries. We'll worry about that later on. You just keep your nick fixed, and let's keep an eye on these next new skins. So, Mr. MICRØ, I'm going to proceed to the next skin, and that is... What's this? What's this? Wait, what? What is this? No! Hang in there, baby. A little frog on the bottom. Yes, it's the return of the Deep in the Jungle. What was its actual name? Because workshop names tend to be slightly different compared to... well, remember, Face Punch tends to like changing names. So, you remember the AK just last week? We got our little froggy friend returning. Let's do the aim down the sight. No coloration on the aim sight. Alright, we'll do a quick reload. Very nice to see the return of our little froggy friend. So, Deep Jungle, SAR, chat, if you like it, please consider going to the workshop and offering a nice vote, yes or no, or offer a nice comment or two. If you like it, show your support. If you think it needs some feedback, please consider writing it down and passing it on. And as I loom in ever so closer, the frog only looks more confused and disparaged. He's falling off.
Don't scare him.
He's falling off. He's falling. I'm falling. So yes, Mr. Kavahu, very nicely done. Seems we're turning this into a whole set. One thing that I have noticed is if you can look at the medal, it's like shadows of trees in the backgrounds, which I've noticed. So, yeah, that looks pretty cool. As I move along to the side, this looks like it's leather that's all been stitched around. Yeah, that's cool. Like kind of like a leaf in a sense. If I go over to this side, what do I see? It's our same froggy friend. I believe it's just flipped. Yes. Mr. MICRØ, would you like to slowly turn to your right? Mr. MICRØ, do you approve of our frog-related skins? Do you approve with so many of them being accepted recently?
Ribbit.
Okay, cool. So yes, it's another frog-related skin. Are they taking over? I believe yes, they are. The frogs are taking over, chat. YouTube, brace yourselves. There's no escape. The frogs are attacking. MICRØ, any other words that you might want to offer?
Do you ever see that video of a kid, probably at like some kind of a fairground? He's got his face painted, right? And his response to the interviewer is like, "I like turtles."
Yes.
You ever see that video?
You're going to sit there and say...
I have a feeling Helk was that kid, but for frogs.
You know what? You've just broken and discovered like some hidden lore. We've cracked the code. Skin creators, you should only be making frog-related skins from now on. I'm just saying. Well, you know, if all the skin creators make frog-related skins, then they'd have to accept frog-related skins. I figured it out. Yeah, that's how they want to do it. So, right, come on then, MICRØ. Let's start talking about some other skins. We've seen enough frogs. All right, we don't want to see any more frog skins. All right, no more frog skins. Okay.
There is
no.
Actually no. Listen. March 20th. Is World Frog Day, so maybe there's something to this.
Not a bad shout, actually. That's not actually a bad shout, but they didn't like announce that they didn't say they're cooperating. Rust is going to cooperate with the frog loving society. I'm going to move on. Right. So, gentlemen, good. Look at this. It's the return of the Toxic Wolf collection, even though we've seen quite a lot of Toxic Wolf skins being accepted recently. We have a Toxic Wolf LR300 in my hands. Mr. Zinc, let's get a good look at what you produced. Fairly dark yellow aim sight. Oh, I've run out of ammo. Oh, no. Oh, that's what happens when we have 5 weeks worth of... Oh, dear. No. Well, Mr. MICRØ can show us what it looks like when you reload it. So, Mr. MICRØ, let's get a good look at you. Yes. Let's get a good look at the toxic... What's that? You got ammo? Goodness gracious. Thank you, good sir. Yes. Thank you very much. I am very grateful. Now I'm not so grateful. Right, so yes, we have the... Shut up. Show me the damn skin. We got the Toxic Wolf LR300 made by Mr. Zinc. Get a good look at this. I'll zoom in. Our slobbery little wolf has returned. He really needs a muzzle, I'm just saying. But yeah, toxic, radioactive saliva dripping down from this skin. And how about we look at this at night time? So yes, get a good look at that. All dark green, grungy yellow, and quite disgusting in a sense. You got the scratch marks. Seen those a lot, especially in the recent door. Cool looking ideas. We see the slobber on every single skin, don't we? So that's a bit of a concise, cohesive pattern. Could you slightly turn to your right, Mr. MICRØ? Yeah, now we get a good look at the shine on the wolf. See how some of the hair is a little bit more brighter, the detail. Very nice. Very cool. More scratch marks down there. MICRØ, any words that you might want to offer for what we're taking a look at right now?
Well, no, in terms of the aesthetic, I mean, obviously we know this set pretty well. And I think if you even just look at it, you could tell it matches the set. So people have liked these types of skins over time, and well, they're pretty cool. So This one could very likely continue to set forward. And Astrowatch made a comment in my chat about LRs, and while LRs are maybe less desirable than an AK, and we definitely see an expression of that when it comes to performance on the market, I guess you could say. But I don't know. I guess they do a little bit less damage per shot, but I think they have similar DPS to them. So it's always been a surprise to me that LRs aren't more popular. But again, they're a little harder to acquire at times. And now that they've made this change with the burst module, maybe if you want one of those, you could try recycling your LR to get one. I don't know.
Right.
We'll see if maybe we'll see a trend where they start picking up LRs out of nowhere. You never know. You never know.
Would you like to shoot it, reload it, and then put it on your back?
I already shot you with it. You want me to shoot you again?
Go on then. And now on your back. Starting from the bottom, we rise to the top. One thing I've noticed that is the saliva actually seems to have a bit of a bump to it, so it stands out a little bit more under specific lighting, which I've noticed here. So that looks pretty cool. Just get a little zoom out on the whole wolf there. Very nicely drawn. Very ferocious. And yep, all the little ooze out of there, and there it is. Gentlemen, if you like what you see, please consider going to the workshop page. Please consider voting to vote yes or no, and please consider offering a nice comment or two. Mr. MICRØ, shall we proceed with the other remaining weapons? Right, so we've got a few more weapons and tools to show off. Let me just go grab all of them. Oh, first of all, do that. I'm going to put this here, 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 put this here. Starting off this next batch of weapons and tools, we have the return of the Bonana collection. We have the Crossbownana. Yes, Mr. Debsky returns with another batch of delicious potassium. It is... It's one of your 5 a day, so remember, if you buy this, you've got to buy 4 more. So, yep, that's how they get you, chat. That's how they get you. But, yep, let's just quickly go and see. Does it glow in the dark? I don't think so, but we'll find out in a second. Oh, there you go. No. No, it does not. All right, Mr. MICRØ, let's go take a good look at you. Let's see if it looks ever so nice. We got the stickers, of course. Hey, I like it. Now, we've seen tools. We've seen a knife. They weren't accepted. The only banana-related skin that we have that currently exists is only the Bonana. So don't blame Debsky for thinking, you know what, if they only wanted a hunting bow, maybe they'd be all right with accepting a crossbow. And hey, I don't blame them. A nice bright yellow crossbow made out of banana. If this is the skin for you, then you know what to do. Please consider going to the workshop. Please consider voting yes or no. Please consider offering a nice comment or two. If you like it, support the creator. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. Right, Mr. MICRØ, would you like to shoot it, reload it in front of me, and then we'll take a look at it on your back?
We'll go with the back. How about that?
Okay. Sure thing. Get a good look at that. I believe this is, what's it called? Banana husk? I can't remember what it's called, but like some people actually use the wood from the tree itself, and yeah. So, cool design that we have here. You can see how some of the banana, yeah, look at that. See how some of it has a little bit of the bump that work there. It looks a little cut inwards when you look at it in the right light. And yeah, cool looking design. Do you approve of our Crossbownana, Mr. MICRØ? Do you like potassium? Where's the ice cream, MICRØ? We can make a Crossbownana split.
I'm a potassium enjoyer.
Potassium enjoyer indeed, are we? Yes. So, yeah, cool stuff there, Mr. Debski. And, well, yeah, looking very nice. So, one thing that I do notice is the more colourful crossbows tend to do rather well. So this very likely could be one of them. Keep an eye on it. Oh, no. Ouch. Well, there we go. There we have it. So, yep. Any other words, Mr. MICRØ, or shall we proceed with the next weapon? No, not another one. Not another one. No, I don't need 5. Stop it. Good. Oh, I missed. Oh, damn it. Right. So, with... Uh-oh, there we go. Yes. We have, next up, the modern... We have the modern military knife made by Rockstar. Yes, gentlemen, get a good look at this. It's a combat knife. Haven't seen one of these accepted in about like 3 years. Whoa, it's been a while, hasn't it? So yes, military collection was very successful last year. Show you that shine. Do you see that? Looking quite cool. Now remember, you can actually attack and run. I've got a arrow in me. So yes, look very cool. And if we just quickly make it nighttime, as you can see, doesn't glow. Mr. MICRØ, let's go take a good look at you. Mr. MICRØ, could you whip it out and could you show us how sharp it looks? Show us how shiny it looks. Show us how rugged and pointy it is. Yes. So you've got a little bit of transparency in the middle there. I slowly rise up. See how it all shines. Could you slowly move it to your left? I'm looking at this from the wrong side, I believe. Sorry about that. Right. Could you...
What do you want to show off here?
I just want to show how the light reflects in it as you move it around. So if you could slowly move to your right. Yeah, that's it. We got that. Yep. Very cool. So yeah, haven't seen a combat knife skin being accepted in about 3 years. And as I was alluding to, military collection did get a lot of skins accepted during 2022. Saw quite a few tools, some armor. We saw quite a lot of weapons. Still hoping to see those hoodie and pants eventually at some point. Watch where you throw that thing. So cool looking knife. MICRØ, any words that you might want to offer? Not that there's probably that much. I think that was nice, cut and dry. Haha. Now go on. You tell me, what do you think? What do you like about it? It's got that little...
Yeah, it's definitely a high quality job. Well done. It's very
it's pretty forked, which I've noticed. Nicely bolted in there.
It's got a lot of surface details, more than you might expect from what's meant to be a knife, a cutting implement. So I'm not sure what that type of knife is designed to cut, but who cares? It's cool looking. So
cool. Right. Oh, I just know. Oh, I've moved in too much. With the military collection, you always have this little symbol here. So that's a nice little continuation there that I've noticed. Very nicely done, Mr. Rockstar and Diaz. Let's see what else potentially you make in the future. Right. Mr. MICRØ, shall we proceed to the next skin? Let's bring that up. Cool. And we've gone through that. Here we go. Yes, it's a Jackhammer from Hell. Yes, Jackhammer from Hell. It's another From Hell skin made by Mr. Sir Q. And as we quickly go to the darkness, you can see the gimmick with From Hell skins is they usually always glow in the dark. Yep, very nice. So, yes, do you want to ask Satan himself to help you be able to get all your ores a whole lot faster and whatnot? Well, all you're going to do is go buy that rug from hell and make a lovely little, say, Tannic style prayer room, and you know, nighttime farm about to be so much easier. You're about to be a whole lot easier to be noticed as well. You've got to take that into consideration, Mr. Sharkier. So whilst it looks cool, there is the drawbacks of, well, if it glows in the dark, people are going to spot you from a distance in the nighttime, aren't they? Mr. MICRØ, what are you staring at?
Turn those lights off.
Turn those lights off.
No. Just like dim your lights. So it's
sorry. I was going to say. I thought you were trying to do something strange, but yes. Look how it stands out. Look how it's fairly obvious to see. Now, if we just go back a bit. Yeah. You can walk into the darkness a little bit more if you want, MICRØ. See how easy it is to spot you from a distance. We can still see him. Yep. Can still see him. So yeah, you could be quite far back and he will still be noticeable. And of course, if you get close enough, you'll also be able to hear him. You're very likely going to hear him first. And if you hear him, you just take a look around and you'd be close enough to actually spot where he is because he has a glow-in-the-dark jackhammer. So there are some drawbacks to this. But yeah, if we just zoom in a little bit more, I do have to say, with every From Hell skin... you're bought here. Yeah, we got the cool-looking symbols. No, stop this! Stop shaking it! Right, so we do have all of the interesting little designs that we have. The streaks, the burns, the colour. It's very cohesive with the rest of the other collection. Now, Mr. MICRØ, would you like to hold it and start using it in the air? Whip it out and show it off. Yay! So that's fairly loud. And the point I was trying to say is, you're very likely going to hear the sound of it first, and then you're going to want to look around for it. Is it? What do you do? Are you scaring off the wildlife? What does he want? Is it a wolf mating call or something? MICRØ, I'd be very worried with what you're holding on to there. But anyway, where were we? Yeah. If you like what you see, please consider going to the workshop. Please consider offering a nice comment or two. Please consider voting yes or no. Do you want to see more of the From Hell collection potentially getting in? Do you want to have another Jackhammer skin? The last one to be accepted was, of course, Christmas time. So, choice is yours, gentlemen. Choice is yours. I believe the last From Hell skin to be accepted was the Satchel Charge, if I'm correct. I remember we're bowling with it. That's it. That was back in December. Yeah, that's it. I remember our fun little time at the lake. So yes, gentlemen, it's all in your hands, and MICRØ's too. Any other words that you personally might want to say, Mr. MICRØ?
I mean, who doesn't love the From Hell set? It's just one of those sets that's been...
It's been around since
iconic within the game, and
2018.
Everyone knows it. Yeah, it's been a while now. So, if you are a From Hell enjoyer, well, then this is going to be on your wish list, I'm sure. It does glow. Is it pay to lose? I don't know. You're going to be cases where that could definitely work against you. But in the end, maybe it's not the worst thing. You got to remember the mechanics of how, and I actually don't have all the details on this, but there is an order of priority to what appears on your back when you're not holding something. So if you're holding it in your hands, yes, it's glowing, it's visible, it's out in the world. It puts you at a disadvantage. If it's on your back, same thing. It can give away your position. But if you have other items, maybe you have a crossbow and a SAR or something. I'm just making up a combo. It may be the case that those take priority over the jackhammer, and this wouldn't be visible on your person anyway. So you don't always have to think of it as a distinct or definite pay to win or pay to lose type of advantage. I mean, it is very cool, and everyone loves a good glowing item in the game. I'm not actually sure do we have other glow in the dark jackhammers?
We have one, Ghost Catcher. It came out for Halloween in 2021. Okay.
Well, here, let me do that test I just suggested. I don't mean to get us off track here, but if I was carrying a SAR, a jackhammer and a crossbow, you wouldn't see the jackhammer anyway on my back until I pulled it out to use it, and then the SAR appears on my back, and then I pull the SAR out, the crossbow appears on my back, and if I pull the crossbow out, I'm sure the SAR will be back there. Yep. So that just goes to show that, you know, this isn't, that glowing bit isn't always necessarily a disadvantage, and according to the priority that skins appear on you, you know, there's very likely that you're going to have a weapon while you're out farming, and so the jackhammer may not be visible on you anyway. So just consider that from a technical point of view. That's my input, and that's all I have to say there.
All right, and that is, oh no, it's not the last weapon skin, is it? It's not the last tool skin, is it? No. Oh no. MICRØ, what am I holding in my hand? No! Yes, gentlemen, gather around. It's the last weapon and tool skin that we're going to talk about today. This is... It's the
ribbit. Wait, frogs don't say ribbit. What do they say?
No, they do say ribbit.
Oh.
No, not this. Don't...
Oh.
Bod. Why? No, they say Budweiser. No, these young ones wouldn't know that. They say Budweiser. Anyway, so, gentlemen, get a good look at this. It's nice. It's shiny to a point. It's the return of the frog collection. Yes, this is actually in relation to the frog furnace, which was accepted not too long ago. This right here, gentlemen, does it glow in the dark? No. No, it does not. But he's perfectly fine in the way he is. Oh no, I thought we could get away from this, but no, we just had to continue and continue and continue with all of these frog skins. I told you we're getting taken over. Mr. MICRØ, do you want to pretend you're going to throw it at me? Yes. Look at him.
But just so you know, I would never throw a frog. I would never do that.
No, he wouldn't throw it at me either. That's a good thing. Yeah, and he wouldn't hurt me, would he? No. So yes, gentlemen.
Oh, there's his little frog belly.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I wanted to see. He's got a little frog belly. Hey. Now, I think this actually has a very decent chance of being accepted. I have pointed out that the Rust Twitter account itself actually felt the need to type about Pog Frog. So yes, gentlemen, it is it's officially the Pog Frog Rock. Yes, Pog Frog, Pog Frog, Pog Frog, Pog Frog, dance, MICRØ dance. So yes, are you a Pog Frog enjoyer? Do you like the Pog related rock skin? Yes, it's the Pog Frog. Pog Frog. Yeah, Frog Rock is currently in the workshop. Lots of people showing their support for it. Lots of people would really like to see it being accepted, and you know, the Rust Twitch Twitter. Oh, he missed. Wait, he has more. Damn it! Stop throwing rocks. No. You missed again. So, point is, I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest, especially with last week. Remember, the last Rust rotation of the month tends to be Silly Week. And with Silly Week, no, you can put that on the floor. I don't mind that.
I was just trying to get him to land.
You're breaking him. Look what you've done.
He's upside down. I think he wants to be in a comfortable position.
That's probably no. We should let that do. That.
One more.
All right. That might be the winner. Yeah, you did it. So, gentlemen, from what we can see here, do you approve? Do you like what you see? This is the Frog Rock, and if the Rust Twitter itself has been sitting there saying Pog Frog, perhaps we might see this potentially being accepted in the future. More a case of, with the last Rust rotations of the months, we tend to see sillier skins being accepted. We tend to see more riskier ideas and creative ideas being accepted. You know, wouldn't be surprised if we see Pizza Hoodie and Pants being accepted with the likes of the Armoured Garage Door this week. So get a good look at this. Gentlemen, would not be surprised in the slightest if we do end up seeing this Frog Rock in the Rust store next week. Get a good look at him, and if you like what you see, don't forget, please consider going to the workshop, show your support to the creator, offer a nice comment or two, but please consider voting yes or no in the workshop. This is the Frog Rock, and he deserves a lovely home. Now give him a kiss. Mwah. Perfect. I don't think he turned in. I should say, she. Don't throw rocks at me, MICRØ. Anyway, so that's it. That's all of the weapons and tools, Mr. MICRØ. Hey, oh, that's how it's going to be then, huh? All right, let's stop throwing rocks at each other. No, let's stop throwing frogs at each other. You pick that one up. We need to do some clothing and armor. All right, get your clothes on, MICRØ, and that rock. Pick up the rock. Look at all these frogs on the floor. It's raining frogs. Hallelujah, it's raining frogs. Hey, no, we got clothing and armor to do. Go get the clothes and armor on. No more frogs. No more frogs. I've got enough.
One more.
No, you missed. Right then, let's go. Let's go look at the floor. Mr. MICRØ, tell me when you're looking ever so lovely. We need to see those pizza boots and gloves made by Mr. Jimmick. Gentlemen, we have pizza boots and gloves as I slowly move along. No, it's still not there.
It's loading. Should be probably there by now.
Okay. Gentlemen, what's that smell? What smells good? It's MICRØ's toes. Yes, Mr. MICRØ has some delicious looking toes this week. Get a good whiff of that.
I got you.
Oh, come on, man. All right, anyway, so, yep, it's got pepperoni, cheese, mushroom, olives, and peppers. It is the pizza boots. Gentlemen, get a good look at that. And as I slowly rise up, what do we have on his hands? Roadsign pizza gloves. Very nice to see. Mr. Jimmick has produced some boots and gloves. Very nice to see. And I do believe he put a bit of a message on the workshop. Says this is the last batch of skins he's going to make, which kind of took me a bit by surprise. Surely he could still make tier 2. Not sure what's going on there, but yeah. Perhaps they want to take a break from pizza. You're going to understand. There's only so much pepperoni in this world. And I don't think they have enough to give away. But yes, pizza collection has flourished quite nicely. We didn't see the pizza hoodie and pants this week. Bit unfortunate there, but... wouldn't be surprised if we see it for Silly Week. Now, Mr. MICRØ, if you could come walk into the light. Walk towards the light, MICRØ.
I actually went back here because the rug sort of interferes with boots. You know, we put the rug down, I guess, for aesthetic reasons. I don't know why we have the rug there. It helps me figure out where to stand. Okay. But it does interrupt the view of the boots. So I'll take the rug away. We'll see. See how that looks. There we go.
Damn rug. And then get a good slow look. Nice and tasty. Nice and tasty. If you approve, if you like it, please go to the workshop right now. Please consider voting yes or no. Please consider offering a nice comment or two. And please question Jimmick. What do you mean? Don't you want to make tier 2 armor? Because I'd like to see some tier 2 pizza stuff being made as well. But yeah, let's see if the hoodie and pants and boots and gloves can get accepted first. That would be a nice thing to see. Do you have any words, Mr. MICRØ? Can you explain why why have you covered your entire body in cheese? Explain yourself.
Pizza. I love pizza.
Okay.
Who doesn't love pizza?
I mean, that's a question for everybody. Do you like pizza? Do you approve of the pizza collection? Can you give us a good enough reason why it's a bad idea to dress up as a pizza in war? Who would want to shoot a pizza?
I don't think a couple slices of pizza is a substitute for, you know, proper Kevlar or, you know, whatever body armor you're wearing. But
what kind of monster ruins a good pizza? Huh?
That's true. It's true. You can't hit a guy wearing glasses. You really shouldn't shoot a guy wearing pizza.
Just saying. We're not barbaric, all right? So, yeah. Right, the MICRØ. I think that, yeah, that's cool. Would you like to put on the last clothing piece? It's actually, the last armor piece that we'll be showing off, the continuation that is. The Hardsuit Roadsign gloves made by Shedmon. Yes, we've recently just seen the tier 3 being accepted, but it actually came with some Roadsign gloves. And, well, here we go. We rise up. What do we see? Ta-da! Yes, the Roadsign gloves. Get a good look at them. Nice. Shiny. And wasn't accepted with the other pieces, which is a little bit odd. So, if you like what you see, gentlemen, please consider voting yes or no. Go to the workshop right now. Please consider voting yes or no. Please consider offering a nice comment or two. Mr. Shedbon, hopefully we will see that tier 2 eventually in the future, but for now, maybe, just maybe, we should see if these Roadsign gloves could potentially be accepted. Very nice. Whole collection looking very nice. We, of course, looked at it earlier, so cool. Mr. MICRØ, I believe that's all of the workshop continuations this week then. I believe we've gone through everything. Any words that you might want to say, other than ribbit?
No. I think we did a nice job showing off all that stuff. I'll do here. Why don't I do a couple hand gestures? Maybe you can get a close up of the gloves because that's really what we're here to show.
Yeah. Nope.
Do a thumbs up gesture.
Yeah. Let's get more in position for that. Very nice. Very cool. Doesn't really clip in or anything, so that's all good. So yes, if you like it, please go to the workshop right now and do what you can. So yes, that's it. Those are all of the workshop continuations. And before we end this section, we should quickly point this out, MICRØ. As we've alluded to earlier, the next batch of workshop skins that we're going to be seeing will be Easter skins. We have 2 weeks worth of Easter this year, so we're probably going to have a bit of a, I guess you could say, dry selection, because you don't really see that many continuations of holiday skins. If you remember back around Christmas time, we weren't showing that many workshop continuations, were we? You could expect the same for Easter. Now, we have been hearing some rumblings of some continuations. We'll see that soon, I'm sure. But over the course of this weekend, you right now can see the first Easter skins being submitted, and of course, keep an eye out on Monday. You're going to see tons of them. But I'm pretty sure we're going to be seeing a whole lot more of them next weekend as well. So I think that was nice. And of course, don't forget, please always take a look at the workshop, show your support, offer a nice comment or two, and vote yes or no on the skins that you like. And if you don't like them, please offer feedback if you can. Nice dancing there, MICRØ. So with that, after showing off all of the workshop continuations, I believe we can move on ahead and we can take a look at the top scoring skins of the week. And welcome back, gentlemen. How are you all doing? So, here we have the top 20 highest scoring skins based on the Steam workshop rating system. And what we have here is all of the skins. And you might notice we've kind of shown off all the skins already. Yes, we have the Frog Rock on top with 72%. Second place, Armoured Garage Door. Then we have the Retrowave Double Door glowing version. Abyss Metal Door, glowing. We have the Hardsuit. Yes, Hardsuit. All came out together. This was an early pick this week, the tier 3, so that took us by surprise. But yeah, then we have the Jackhammer, the Pizza Gloves. We've seen all of these skins except one, and that is MICRØ Frito's Oceanus Thompson. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Billiards table made by Snake Eyes missed out by 4%. We were so close to showing a different skin, but no, we only have one extra skin to show off to you. So yes, and please just keep this into consideration. Next week's roster rotation isn't going to have any early picks whatsoever. It's only going to be from skins that have been submitted these past few weeks, because of course with Easter just around the corner, you get the idea. So some of these skins that weren't, that have just appeared, looking very decent, potentially be picked next week, and of course the skins from the previous week still have a decent chance. You get the idea. So with that out of the way, shall we proceed in looking at MICRØ Dance? No, we don't need that. We need a nice looking Thompson skin to take a look at. Gentlemen, in my hands we have the Oceanus Thompson skin made by Mr. MICRØ Frito. Now, what I should point out to you and say is this isn't actually his first one. No. This isn't his first Oceanus skin. He's been trying to get one of these. You know what? I'm going to make great use of this. Where's that fox? Where's the wolf? Where is he? Come back here. You want to interrupt my show? Coward. Didn't even want to fight. There he's back. No. Ah! Ah, I see. I was ambushed. Little monsters. Anyway, let's give that a nice reload. I didn't realise. So yes.
Was there more? Is there any others?
I think there was two. One of them was hiding from me, and the other one lured me out. Very sneaky. But yes, gentlemen, get a good look at this. It's got a nice dark blue tint. No! I missed him. Alright, so yes, get a good look at that. It's nice. It's shiny. It's very colourful. Oh, get a good look at that. Oh, look at that. Milio, you're always putting something out. Very nice you are. Let's just remind you that he's the person that made the Frog cosplay, and he's made Tempered Collection. Mr. MICRØ, could you just take us a little pace backwards a bit? You're not in the middle. Yeah, there we are. Right. Oh, look at that. Look how shiny it is. So, I do like me a good Thompson skin, and that right there is looking to be a... Oh, look at that. Look at the shine. Perfect. And we'll just do a... Whoa, I spun around too much there. Sorry. I got a little bit excited. I do like a... As I said, I do like a Thompson skin.
Easy, Hedge, easy.
Yes, I know. I can't hold myself back. I'm just enjoying it so much. Oh, yes. But yes, this isn't the first Oceanus skin that was made. He's made two before. I think he made an MP5. I think he made an AK before this. Don't quote me on that, but yeah, they weren't accepted. So let's just make this nighttime. And Mr. MICRØ, I think we might need you to slowly turn to your right as we see the shine. Yes. Look at that shine. If I just slowly spin around, what do we see? Yeah. It's looking real nice. Yep, that's looking really nice. So, if we were to see a whole lot more of these in a collection, I think a lot of people would approve of that. But yeah, if we could just show it during the day though, I think it really stands out a lot better during the day. So, there we are. If you could stand a little bit further away. Oh. My world is asunder. Okay. Good day, Mr. MICRØ. If you could do a little shooting, do a nice reload. Stands out very nicely. How about we put it on your back? And there we go. Oh, yeah. And then we just go around. If I move left and right, you can really see the... Like, it's kind of like those holographic cards you get from a card game here. Make it more shiny. And yes, that is nice. You are correct, Yigidod. That really is a nice looking skin. We did recently have a Thompson skin accepted. That did happen, the Lunar one. But hey, wouldn't be surprised if this gets accepted. But with MICRØ Frito getting so many tempered skins and Frog cosplay skins accepted this year, well, maybe Face Punch wants to take a bit of a break from him, but he is pumping out some pretty interesting looking skins all the time. So, remember, if you like it, please consider going to the workshop and offering it just a little bit more support. It is in the top 10, as we saw, but it could potentially go even higher. Gentlemen, if you like the skin, show your support. Go to the workshop page, offer a nice comment or two, and also please consider voting yes or no. MICRØ, do you have any words yourself that you might want to offer? Whoa. Don't shoot me, man.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting looking skin. We've seen some cool things before in the past with like interesting looking reflections and well, definitely fancy looking and eye catching, and there's a place for that in Rust. I mean, I could definitely say that the art style here is interesting and unique. Not sure what it's meant to really represent from a realism point of view. I guess it's just fancy looking and kind of maybe futuristic. Not sure how else to put it. But one thing I will say is that Thompsons are always a challenge when it comes to making sure that the sight, the texture on the rear sight matches with the theme of the gun. And the reason I say that is that the actual region where that texture map is on the UV tile. I'm getting into technical point of view here, but it's repeated. That texture zone is repeated twice on the weapon. So it's not only is it on the rear sight blade, but it's also on the top surface of the gun wrapping around to the right side. So you have to plan very carefully when you're making a theme for a Thompson because of the way that that texture element gets reused. So what you're seeing there on that rear sight blade is actually the same exact texture that's on the right-hand side of the gun. And here, I'll run over and stand next to you. You can like kind of look at them together. You see on the side of the gun, like right behind the ejector port.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's that little section of the texture there. So,
Oh, I see. So that bit there.
Yeah.
Ah.
I think so.
There you go.
Something like that.
Yep, with a little bit of blood. Yeah. Very nicely done. And I think, yeah.
If you look at that same section on the other side of the gun, it's got like this interesting, rather like braided, like almost braided or very dimensional and textured area of the gun. But then on the opposite side, where the ejection port is, there's that little patch where it's just sort of flat and nothing is done with that. So I think that's on account of the fact that the rear sight has to match up and not look funky or weird. So there's no way around that. That's not an error or a flaw on the part of the skin maker. I think it's actually remarkable to continue to find ways to come up with cool, interesting looking skins that also duplicate that texture on the rear sight. It's just the way the gun works, or the gun model, I should say, and it's a challenge that skin makers have and need to work around. But he's done a nice job accommodating that in his design, and well, it's a fancy looking Tommy, I'll tell you that much. So we'll see what happens. This might be a good one for being out on the ocean. You know, if you're out doing riding around in a boat, if you're doing a water wipe, maybe this will work for you out there. I don't know, just because of the color scheme.
Not bad.
Kind of gives me aquatic vibes in a way.
So, MICRØ, I guess that's everything then. We've gone through everything. Yeah, like the top scoring skins this week. This is something that we were going to expect at some point. We were going to end up with a week where we pretty much show everything already. We haven't gone for a week yet where we've already shown off all of the skins already. So it's coming. Oh, it's coming. But yeah, we have already pointed out that the next few weeks will be Easter skins only. So hey, it looks like we'll be doing Easter top 10. I'm not against it. That'll be interesting because, as we have pointed out, there's not going to be tons of continuations. Oh no, yeah, he's already ready. He bought that for $1,800 and he thinks he got that for a good deal.
I traded 97 big grins for this egg suit.
Yeah,
I have proof.
Yeah. So yeah. Oh no, that's not even better, is it? Anyway, let's go. There we go. Perfect. Right. So, we are going to be seeing a lot more skins next week in regards to top scoring, so don't be too worried about that. In regards to what's going to appear after this, well, we are expecting Silly Week next week, so as we mentioned, the pattern that we've seen over the course of the past few months, when it's the last week of the month, we tend to see sillier designs being accepted, wacky designs, items that don't normally get so many skins being accepted, and we usually also see a new skin creator getting their first ever skin accepted. That's the pattern that we have seen. Will that continue? We don't know, but we'll see. But then, of course, after that, 2 weeks of Easter skins, and then after that, well, we'll see if we see some extra late skins potentially being accepted. We'll see if it's going to be only early picks accepted during that time. Or April 20th is going to be very interesting, Mr. MICRØ, but that is, about 4 weeks away. So let's just keep ourselves grounded and keep an eye out for what's coming out soon. Other than that, Mr. MICRØ, any other words that you might want to sit there and say to chat and YouTube?
Nope. Thanks for coming, everybody. Appreciate your support for the Saturday Skin Showcase. It's been an interesting week. Next week's going to be holiday stuff. For 2 weeks, we're going to have holiday stuff. So
we've got a new egg. We've got a new Rustage egg. We've got the egg suit officially coming out properly, not like last year. And yeah, looks like we're going to have to be ecstatic about it, aren't we, MICRØ? Yay!
You know, we know of a couple of things that are coming, but maybe there's more we don't know about.
True, that could actually happen. We might randomly see a DLC come out. That could happen. You never know. So let's keep our eyes open. Let's see what's being updated, and yeah, keep our ears out and see what happens. So with that, thank you, Mr. MICRØ, for your help today, and that's basically it. So yeah, thank you very much. Have a good one, and we'll see what appears next week.